Man's been like bare suicidal, cause like you're just not uploading, you're forgetting about the people that made you, now you're pro. Man's been trying to hand myself for PS4 controllers, this shit, man, it's not right, just fucking upload.
I don't even know if I know how to use this thing anymore. I hope no one saw me do that. What's good, my people? Welcome back. Welcome back. CP's back, you know. Why are you smiling though? I know it's been 9 months, boys and girls. And there's a few of you out there as well. But as you can tell from the title, I'm just going to be chatting to you about my first season as a professional footballer, right? I'm just going to highlight the key points, you know what I mean? I just want to give you a little update on where I've been, what I've been doing, do you know what I mean? Like, I've kept you lot in the dark for so long, and I know you lot have missed me. I still get all your messages all the time. Where's the videos? I miss you. Like, we need videos, and I'm like, boys, I'm sorry. I just want to apologise, yeah. I just want to apologise because I've just been grafting this year. Like, I just wanted to fully focus on football because, you know, it was my opportunity. I worked so hard to get here and get in the position I'm in now. I didn't want to have any distractions. I just wanted to fully focus on football because this last year was massive for me. You know, Wickham gave me the opportunity to get back into professional football, show what I can do, and I had to grab that with both hands, right? So I'm just going to talk to you about my season and, yeah, what the future holds for CP. All right, guys, so I'm going to take it back to the very start. Obviously I left Iceland, I was playing out there as you guys know, and I come back and I had an opportunity to go on trial at Wickham. Wickham were getting in trialists every week, about a squad of like 13, 14 trialists every week, and I joined on one of the last weeks, and so yeah, I was training for a week with a squad of trialists, and then we had a game at the end of the week. We won 3-1 and I managed to score 2 goals, actually had a really good game. I was then asked to come back for the next 2 weeks to then train with Wickham first team. I don't know if you know this, but Wickham don't actually have like an academy or anything like that, so it's strictly just one big squad, so I'm training with them every day. And I managed to impress the gaffer, managed to impress the coaching staff, and yeah, they actually offered me a 1-year contract with an extra option. So shortly after that, about a week and a half, 2 weeks after I got signed, I actually had my first official game for Wickham. It was in the Papa John's Trophy, played against Aston Villa's under-23. So in this, the Premier League Academy teams put in their under-23s teams. And I managed to score within the first 10 minutes.
He's released McCleary, he's in space right-hand side. What can he do? Drags it back now, and it's a debut goal. For Connor Parsons, it's ghosting off the left-hand side. Brilliant stuff from Gareth McCleary.
It was a surreal moment, you know, because I thought everything I'd worked for, this was like one of the best moments I'd ever had, you know, because I was playing in front of a crowd. So yeah, I had a really good game. We did end up losing 3-1. It was obviously a mixture of like some of us younger boys that have signed and a mixture of like the more elderly experienced pros at Wickham, just to get game time, fitness and that. So then my second official game for Wickham was also in the Papa John's Trophy again, and it was against MK Dons. Oh, please don't tell me you can hear that. Bloody fighter jets all over the gaff. What are you doing? Trying to record a video here, they've missed me. So yeah, I actually managed to get an assist within the first 10 minutes of that as well.
Back is Baldwin. And Baldwin slips at the vital moment. And Wickham Wanderers are away now, down the left-hand side with Parsons. Parsons looks up, crosses in early, and then Hanlon has equalised.
Bring us back level to 1-1 because we went 1-0 down within like the first like 5 minutes, and then we equalised with like a couple minutes after that. So, and yeah, I had a really good game. We did unfortunately lose 2-1 in that. But that felt like my first proper professional football game, you know, because we had quite a strong side out. I was playing a lot of the experienced boys. MK Dons also had a very strong team out, like a lot of the older senior pros who've been in the game playing in that. So it felt like a proper game, you know. I felt like this was my first time as like a professional footballer, you know, playing in a professional game. So I took a lot of experience from that. Shortly after that, I was actually then named on the bench for Wickham in League One. So that was my first game in the squad for an EFL fixture. And after that game, I kind of really deeped life a little bit. Like that time last year, I didn't have a football club at all. Like I was training on my own in the local park. Obviously, as you guys seen, I've shown my whole journey on my YouTube channel. And then 1 year later, I'm on the bench in League One. Like I couldn't believe it, you know. Like your life can change so quickly if you put your mind to something, if you give something your all, and you believe in yourself, you know, because you got to believe in yourself. I've always believed I'm going to get to the position I'm in now. I'm not even made it yet, do you know what I mean? I've still got so much more to do, I've still got so much more to prove, but believing in yourself is the first step to doing something, you know, because if you believe in yourself, you're already halfway there. So yeah, I had a lot of self-belief, and a lot of that come from the hard work I was putting in, you know. So I only played 3 official games for Wickham this season. Obviously the last game was actually against Burton, also in the Papa John's Trophy. We actually got battered, so I'm not going to talk much about that. But yeah, I was on the bench a few times in League One with Wickham, and I was also on the bench a couple of times in the FA Cup, but I never actually managed to get on in them games. It was all a good experience being in and around the squad, you know. Towards the end of November, the gaffer and the coaching staff wanted me to go out on loan and get some experience in the professional game, you know, play in front of bigger crowds, because I've never had that before, you know. This is my first season doing it. They just wanted me to go out there, get some experience and show what I can do, really. So I joined a team called Notts County on loan. I think they're the oldest professional football team in England, so they're actually a massive club. So I joined on the Friday, and then I was in the starting lineup on the Saturday, and it was in front of 7,000 people live on BT Sports. So like, it was a massive game, you know. I'd never played in front of that many people before. I think the most I played in front of was like 2,000 people, which was my first Wickham game. So that was my first time playing on TV. I joined on the Friday, and I was playing on the Saturday, so I didn't really know anyone's names either. So yeah, I had a lot going on, you know. I had to really be focused. I had to take a lot in, play my game, do what I usually do. But I was also starting on the right wing back role, and I hadn't been playing there at all. Like, naturally, I'm a left-sided player. I'm actually a left winger, so like this season I was learning a new role of wing back, because Wickham at the time were playing with wing back, so that's what they wanted me to learn. So there's a lot more defensive duties to learn than what I'm used to, you know. I've never really been a defensive-minded player. I've always wanted to attack, take people on. So, good learning experience. Apart from that, I did actually have a really good game. We did manage to win 3-1, and yeah, it was, when I got home that night, I kind of really deeped it. Like, I got a real taste of what it's like to be a professional footballer, you know, playing in front of loads of fans, the chanting, being live on TV, and I was like, this just made me even hungrier for more, you know. This is what I've dreamed of doing since I was a kid, and I felt like I just had a taste and lived a bit of that moment just then, you know. So yeah, it was a great day, and I'll always remember that. So the next game after that, we actually had Southend at home. They actually brought in a right wing back called Jaden Richardson. He is from Notts Forest, so it was just over the road from Notts County. Yeah, he kind of come in to fill in that right wing back role, because naturally that's not where I like to play. I hadn't been playing there, and then I was actually on the bench. Funnily enough, he is actually one of my best friends now. Yeah, I've just literally come off holiday with him, so at first I was a bit frustrated him coming in, feeling like, oh, I thought I was going to come in and be in this right wing back, but then he's come in and took my spot. It's like, what are you doing, mate? Go away. And for Notts Forest, like, you can get a higher club than Notts County in National League. Like, what's going on? But yeah, I started on the bench. It was 1-1 at half time, I think, and then I come on at half time on the left wing back role, which is where I'm more suited, where I'm more comfortable. Come on, had a really good game. I thought I made a good impact. I helped the team to get forward, create a lot of chances, and we actually went on to win 4-1. So it was another 3 points, 2 games, 6 points. It couldn't have been going any better, really. Had 2 good performances, and yeah, I was really enjoying life at this point. So we're heading into December now, and December's meant to be a really busy period for football, especially in the National League as well, because we've got loads and loads of games throughout the season. All our games kept getting cancelled because of COVID, waterlogged pitches, and we only had 1 game throughout the whole of December, and that was an FA Trophy game. We did end up winning, and I did end up playing. I think I played 90 in that, but I was getting really frustrated because my loan was only for 2 months, and I wanted to keep showing what I was about, you know. And unfortunately, towards the end of December, after only playing 1 game and all the games kept getting cancelled, I ended up getting COVID myself. So I didn't return back to the club until the 10th of January. I only had about 15-20 days left on my loan. I'd only played 2-3 games. And coming back from COVID, I was struggling a lot fitness-wise. I'm a very fit player, like, especially in my role that I have to be. I need to be up and down the pitch. I need a lot of fitness for that. And I got thrown straight into another FA Trophy game, and I managed to play 70 minutes, but after that, I picked up a bit of a hip niggle, a bit of a hip injury. So then I was out for like a week with that, and then I'd literally only had like a week left on my loan. So things just wasn't going well for me, and it was just really frustrating. I was living in a hotel, and like mentally everything was just getting on top of me. I was getting a bit down because I was like, where's my luck in all this? Do you know what I mean? This was my opportunity to prove myself to Wickham and try and prove myself in the football world, you know, what I can do, what I'm about, and I just wasn't getting the chance to play because of things we couldn't control. So there is actually a saying that I live by now, is to not stress over the uncontrollables, alright? There's nothing I could do about that situation. There's nothing I could do about all these external things happening in my life, so I was trying not to stress, but sometimes things just get on top of you, you know? And then yeah, my loan was up and I ended up going back to Wickham after only playing a few games, and it was a bit of a frustrating loan, you know, because I thought this was my chance, playing for a big team in the National League, probably the biggest team in the National League club-wise. I learned a lot within that short amount of time. I got a taste for what professional football is like, you know? But yeah, so after that loan ended, a team called Bromley FC asked me to come straight on loan to them. Their manager is actually Andy Woodman, you might know about him. He's had a career in the game, he was a goalkeeper, and I had a good chat with him and he wanted me to come down, and I said yes straight away. I just want to play football, I just want to play games, get experience. So I didn't hesitate to say yes to that opportunity. This loan was a completely different experience to what I'd just been on at Notts County. The playing style, not as many fans at the home ground, playing on a 4G compared to a grass pitch, and a completely different working environment. So my first game for them was actually against Southend away. Obviously I'd already previously played against Southend, so I kind of already knew what it was about. But Southend were on a really good run of games, they'd been winning a lot, and I played nearly in front of 9,000 people, which would have been the most I'd ever played in front of before. I wasn't really feeling myself, you know, obviously I'd just come back from COVID, I was still trying to recover from that, get my fitness up, I was still struggling a bit. Yeah, I actually got dragged at half time. I got dragged at half time, and I was sitting in that change room at half time thinking, what on earth is going on? My luck right now is just not good. Any footballers out there know if you're getting dragged at half time, you're feeling pain. They were on top of us a lot, and the manager said to me like at half time that there's nothing to do with how you're playing, we just need to switch things up. And they were kind of just like targeting me in that first half, you know, because I'm not the biggest of players, and they kept like pinging it over on my head, like, and they were trying to keep getting down my side. So it was 0-0 at half time, but they ended up losing 2-0 that game. So the next league game, I actually didn't start, and I was just on the bench and I didn't even come on. But I knew that I needed to work hard on my fitness, so every day after training I was doing extra fitness sessions, extra running, just to try and recover from this COVID stint I had, because it really did affect me. But I was starting to feel myself again, I was training really well, and then I started the next league game after that against Weymouth. So this was my second game for Bromley, and I actually managed to score to bring it back to 1-1.
Bromley couldn't get out, but Coulson managed to do well.
Parsons with a long ball forward, it's over the head of Bush, but the Weymouth man wins the ball. Oh, I tell you what, Parsons keeps the ball alive at that far corner. He's got 2 minutes. Beat Parsons. He's in the box. Right foot. Another go. Yes! Get in there, son. Love that. It's a fantastic goal from Parsons. Fantastic work rate on that far side. He picks up the ball and he's ended up beating Tu's man. He's in the box. He thinks he's going to play it across the box. He's cut it onto his right hand side and he's dispatched it into the back of the net.
I had a really good game. I had a lot of confidence in me. And yeah, on another day I probably could have had a hat-trick, you know, because I hit the post, the keeper made a few good saves, and yeah, I had a lot of confidence after that game. I thought, oh, I'm feeling myself now, I feel fit, I feel back to normal, I'm training well. Then the next league game I was starting again against Torquay. I actually played 90 minutes, we drew 0-0, but I had another really good game. I felt like I was getting into my stride now, I had a lot of confidence. Every time I was on the ball I was trying to beat players, be an attacking threat, create chances, and I was man in the match again. So yeah, I was buzzing. I thought, yeah, I'm getting into my stride now, showing people what I can do, and yeah, life was good at this point. The thing with football, it's up and down. One week you're on top of the world, the next week you're at the bottom of it, right? So in football you've always got to try and keep a humble mindset. You've always got to keep striving for the best. You've always got to stay on top of your game, stay focused, because after these last 2 games I thought, yeah, I've solidified myself, you know, I've shown what I can do, I've shown what I can offer. And then things took a bit of a turn. The next game after that, they actually had a FA Trophy game, but because I'd played for Notts County, I wasn't eligible to play in the FA Trophy anymore because I was cup tied, because I played for Notts County. So they had a game against Solihull, I think they won 3-1. The team actually played really well. And then after that, I wasn't starting in the next league game, and I was really frustrated, you know, because in the last 2 games before that, I'd put in 2 man of the match performances, and then I wasn't starting the next league game, so I was really frustrated. And it was a position and experience I'd never really been in before. We wasn't doing very well in the league, we was going on a bit of a bad league run, and the gaffer was trying to keep switching things up, and off the back of a good win, he stayed with the same team, which was fair enough. And at this point I was kind of in and out of the team, getting a bit frustrated because, you know, I come out here on loan, I wanted to prove to Wickham what I'm about, get game time, get experience. I'd only been able to do that a handful of times to show what I can do. I ended up having a bit of a heated discussion with the manager, because in the past I feel like I'd always hold myself back from going to speak to the manager, find out what's wrong, find out what I'm doing right and wrong, because the last time I'd done that was when I was at Norwich. I'd come back from an ACL injury, my fitness levels were the best I've ever been, I was training really well, but I wasn't getting an opportunity, so I pulled the manager at Norwich and I was like, what's going on? And then the day after that, I got pulled out of the gym and they wanted to pay me up out of my contract, so I kind of had a little bit of PTSD from that, do you know what I mean? But so we had a bit of a chat with the manager, it got a bit heated, we didn't agree on a few things, and then the day after that he'd actually pulled me aside and said that he respected me going to chat to him. It made him look at things in a different perspective, and yeah, we kind of had, strangely enough, a way better connection and relationship after having that heated discussion. So yeah, me and the gaffer, Andy Woodman, what a guy by the way, yeah, we had a really good connection after having like a big argument, which was a bit weird, but that little experience there taught me a lot, so that you need to go and find out answers. Don't just sit in the shadows and make assumptions up yourself and think this and think that. You need to go get answers if you're young, what's going on, but you've always got to keep working hard. I was always working hard, so that wasn't a fault. So yeah, as long as you're working hard and you know you're training well, go and get your answers. So yeah, that was something I learned. Then started against Solihull, who actually managed to get into the playoff final this year to get promoted into League 2. And I had a really good game, I can't even lie. I had the better of my man every time. I created a lot of chances that I was gutted if I didn't score from, because I could have had 2 or 3 assists that game. But ended up coming off after about 70 minutes because I wasn't playing much before that. And in my position at wing back, you don't understand, boys, it is an absolute blow. If anyone on here is a wing back, you know what I'm talking about, because you need to be at the back stick when attacking and you need to be at the back stick when defending. So it's up and down, a lot of high running, and my legs, my calves are my biggest downfall, right? Because I run on my calves, and yeah, they were cramping up a little bit, but I had to come off. But as expected, I hadn't played that long in a long while, and match fitness isn't always something you can just work on in training. After this, the manager actually pulled me into his office, and we were out of the playoffs at this point, so we had nothing to play from the league. And Bromley actually got into the FA Trophy final, so that was a big occasion for them and something they needed to work towards. Obviously, I wasn't eligible to play, and the gaffer basically just said to me, like, look, you're probably not going to be involved in the next few league games. I don't want you to think it's anything to do with your performances, because I thought you'd done really well. He needed to get a squad ready for this FA Trophy final. I said, look, that is completely fine. I get it. I respect it. You've got to get a team ready for the final. And that was just one of them things in football, you know. And they actually went on to go and win the FA Trophy final. So big congratulations to them. Yeah, and what a great bunch of lads they were. And I'm really pleased for them to win that. I then went back to Wickham for the last 2 weeks for them to prepare for the League One playoff final against Sunderland. I was really excited to come back and show the experience I'd gained over the season while being out on loan. Mentally, I was in a really good position to see all the boys again, and the vibes were really good, because obviously we had this big, massive playoff final game. Unfortunately, we did lose 2-0 to Sunderland, but it was always going to be a very tough game. Sunderland, they've got a lot of money, you know, they've got a lot of talented players. Realistically, as a club, they are Premier League, do you know what I mean? They've got a massive fan base, they've got a lot of backing behind them. So it was always going to be a massive upset if, you know, little old Wickham Wanderers was to come in and win the game. But Wickham have done it before, they've done it in the past. We had a lot of confidence going into that game. We really did think we was going to go in and win it, but Sunderland did have the better of us. And yeah, we're in League One again next season. That was kind of the highlights of my season, really, or the main key points. I gained a lot of experience over the 2 loans, 2 completely different loans, 2 completely different environments. You know, at Notts County, I think I was involved in 7 games for Notts County. We won 6 out of the 7 games. I was involved in a winning team, winning every week. Vibes are always good. Morale was always high. And then I went to Bromley, and it was completely different. You know, we wasn't doing very well in the league. We were losing, drawing, just missing out on winning games when we should have been winning. Completely different playing style. Notts County like to keep the ball on the floor, keep possession, break down teams, play a lot more. Whereas at Bromley it was a bit more long ball, mixed possession. Sometimes we'll keep the ball, sometimes we'll go long. It was more of a variety in our playing style when stepping out onto the pitch. 2 completely different managers, 2 completely different training structures. Yeah, I gained a lot of experience, and it's only bettered me off as a footballer. I think this season I managed to rake up around 17-18 official games, and I had about 4 to 5 friendlies throughout the start of the season. And this was actually the most games I played in the season since I was probably about 15 years old, you know, because From 16 to 19, I had major injury after major injury after major injury, you know. A stress fracture in my back, I had 2 hernias, and obviously I'd done my ACL, my knee, which put me out for a very long time. Also had COVID hit when I was playing non-league, so I couldn't get games under my belt then either because our seasons were getting cancelled. So this was the first time in about 6 years where I didn't have a major injury. I was able to consistently play games. Obviously I had a couple niggles like with my hip, but that only put me out for about 1 to 2 weeks. But little things like that do happen throughout the season. But yeah, for the majority of the season I was injury free. I felt really robust, I felt really fit, and that was something I was really happy about, you know. So I've been working a lot on trying to stay fit, doing my little bits for injury prevention, because I didn't want to have an injury ruin my chances this season. I was also learning the role of wing back this year. So there's more defensive duties that I was having to learn, because obviously naturally I am a left winger. So yeah, I've learned a lot this year. And to end it all off, I had a good meeting with the gaffer and the coaching staff at Wickham, and they triggered the option in my contract. I'm going to be contracted to Wickham for this next year. So it's another opportunity to hopefully break into the team and be in and around the squad at Wickham. That's the goals for this year. Hopefully make a name for myself, you know. So it's a big year coming up for the boy CP. I'm going to keep working really hard. You know how it is around here, boys. Working hard is a minimum. But this is the year where CP goes on the map, alright? And hopefully I can help Wickham get to where we deserve to be, and that's hopefully get promoted into the Championship, alright? So that's the goals for this year. Get Wickham promoted, be in and around the squad, be influencer on the team. And that is how my first year as a professional footballer went. Boys, I've actually got a lot of exciting videos coming out. I'm going to be doing a lot of off-season videos. I filmed a video with the beta squad. Like, how nuts is that? Be ready for that. Make sure you're subscribed, got the notifications on. Try and film a lot more content this year, especially being in and around Wickham and showing you guys what it's like as a professional footballer. So if you don't want to miss anything out, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you follow me on Instagram, because that's where I update a lot of you people, and that's where everyone's been able to keep an eye on me and what I've been doing this year. But guys, like I always say, stay positive, stay grinding, and I'll see you in the next one.